on Saturday. But yeah, I mean, just the whole transfer philosophy, and then just the whole treatment of Guidolin. You sign this guy, you don't give him any support with players. Clearly, someone from the inside is leaking all this stuff to the papers for a reason, if they are true.
Or, yeah, maybe like local journalists that are kind of, bit friendly with that kind of thing.
Right. And because the journalists have never, especially the Wales Online, Chris Wathan douche, has never wrote a nice word about Guidolin as far as him as a manager. He always says, he's a nice enough guy, but it doesn't look like he has it tactically. It's like...
But his Udinese side were one of the most
tactically sound.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why they were successful.
They were known for good tactics because of what he did.
They took lesser known players and fit them into the system that he had set up. And
I looked at all of Guidolin's teams when he was at Udinese. I could maybe pick out two that I had any idea who they were the whole time, and one of them was Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
10 points. Yeah, you do go there.
So
him and Di Natale, right?
Yeah, and Di Natale. That might have been the other one, but he had been there forever.
Yeah.
I wasn't. But yeah, he needs his players. He needs his style of players. And if you're not going to support him that way, what do you think is going to happen? Now, this brings me to the side of the media perpetuating this. When there's been, first of all, if the actual club never comes out and says anything, how can you legitimately write something other than just for gossip? I don't get it. I don't get especially if it's not true, what they're doing is borderline libel, or, you know what I mean?
They're undermining his job quite significantly.
Yeah. And it's amazing. It's like they don't even care. They don't care. They just want clicks. It's such bullshit. It just pisses me off the way the media treats, not only in Swansea, but just in Europe in general, the way the media, the majority, not all, because there are definitely good journalists out there that actually, look into facts and don't print anything unless they're absolutely certain of something.
It's Britain in particular is quite bad for it.
I don't understand it.
It's even in one of the other topic of the week, despite not just Swansea, or the old Big Sam thing. Mm-hmm. Like, fair enough, if you're telling people how to circumvent the rules that your employer put down, then you probably should be sacked.
Yeah.
But I don't understand that.
Why would you entrap him?
What was the motivation for the Telegraph?
Yeah.
Did they get a whiff of something that he was up to something, or did they just one day go, should we go to Big Sam?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Right.
Maybe I didn't read it. Maybe I missed it. But I don't understand why they decided to set up a meeting with him. Well,
the way that the Telegraph article, when it was first released about this whole scenario with Big Sam and all this, was basically saying that there had been a long-term investigation into such things.
Like agent stuff.
Yeah.
And that he was just part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
very soon after he got appointed as the manager.
Right. Interesting timing. I had something else I wanted to say. And in the press conference after the Manchester City game, a reporter openly asked Guidolin, "How do you feel about the reports in the paper about you on the way out?" was basically the question. So how can you, if you were in America, American journalists asking any American sports team coach, any sport, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, doesn't matter, ask a coach that, you would be thrown out of that press conference and you would not be ever allowed back in. That's how it works in America. The fact that they're allowed to do that and it's okay, I don't understand that. To just attack, like, what do you expect him to say? First of all,
I expect him to say fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out of here. Why would you even ask me that? It has nothing to do with the game. If you want to ask me about the game, ask me about the game. Don't ask me about my employment status. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the manager here. So why would you even ask that question?
Yeah, I would say, though, that the guy's got the right to ask him that question.
But he also has the right to get thrown out and never allowed back in.
Got the right to say, you're not coming back here because you're asking irrelevant questions that are not pertaining to anything. Mm-hmm. It's spurious. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of fact involved.
Right.
You're quite bad at your
job. You can ask your question. In America, if a journalist asked that, they would be seen as the lowest form of sports journalist.
Well, it's trash talk,
yeah. Exactly. Like, the whole fraternity of journalists would just, and, females too, obviously, there's female journalists. But the whole family of journalists would just say, this guy is ridiculous. Let's never hang out with this guy. Let's never do anything with this guy. Let's never collaborate with him on anything because he's obviously a loser to ask that kind of question. Yeah,
it's just after the quick headline or whatever.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
But then, maybe his employer asked him to do it.
But that's fine. But then that paper isn't allowed in anymore.
Yeah. Well, Alex Ferguson used to kick people out all the time from his press conferences.
Yeah. And he should.
Yeah, he absolutely should.
Do you want to ask me about the tactics? Ask me about the tactics. You want to ask me about how I thought my players played? Ask me that. You want to ask me about, my team selection? Ask me about that. Don't ask me about things that aren't relevant to the game that was just played.
Yeah. All he can do is literally have a go at trying to control what's happening on the pitch as best he can.
Exactly. Anyway. It's just annoying.
They're going to bin him after the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Because then they got the 2 weeks.
Because he's going to lose. No matter how the team plays, they're going to lose to Liverpool. And then it's be like, oh, he lost again. See you later. Which... What do you want him to do? This stretch of games is ridiculous.
Swansea kind of have the whiff of a relegated side.
Yeah, absolutely they do.
I mean, he's running the club like Ellis Short runs Sunderland at the moment, which is very badly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they go through managers it's usually this time every season. Moyes is lucky he got appointed in the summer because he doesn't get sacked in September, that they usually get rid of the manager then.
Right.
But it's just, there's no plan. They just buy some players every year and go, oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There's no overall plan with the club that you can kind of see. Even Klopp's Liverpool were getting pumped. Well, not pumped. They weren't doing that well when he first took over and stuff. But it takes time to get your ideas bedded in.
Of course, it takes time.
And a team like Sunderland just go, rubbish again, and then they bin the manager, and the whole cycle starts again.
Can you at least, like Guidolin, for instance, can you at least give him his full year that he's been here? Give him till Christmas.
Was he January he came in?
He was January.
Yeah.
Give him until Boxing Day's over. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you have to. He hasn't had a full year. How do you expect him to get his ideas across?
Well, he hasn't had a full year.
And we're just starting to see. I know, but we're just starting to see signs of them playing the way he wants. And we saw it last year. We saw it against West Ham. We saw it against Liverpool when they played them last year. We saw it against their last game against Man City. They can play good attacking, counter-attacking, nice passing football under Guidolin if the players just play the way he wants them to play.
And one of the players they needed last season, like a proper striker, is now here. He's had, 2 league games? Or
right,
just 1?
Because he's been hurt.
Exactly.
Give him a chance to get integrated.
Wait a couple of months and then see how it pans out. He might fit the system well. It's going to, if you've got the right players in the system, it's going to work better. And, just give him a bit of time.
Jesus.
It's tough out there, isn't it?
24 minutes on no.
You might want to put a Swansea advisory warning on that. Is that an option on iTunes?
Well, I'll do it in the write-up when I do the description for this one.
I like it.
I think you can do it actually before you post it. You can write in there the description.
I don't know. I can't even get embroiled in your Twitter debates because I don't fully understand how to talk to someone on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Because I felt like jumping in today just with some little,
a
barbed Scottish comment. I'm sort of insulting you, but it could be a joke. But it's actually not a joke.
Anywho. Hey, Champions League happened this week.
This is true.
Yesterday was I guess I didn't see it, and I really meant to watch it today. I watched Atletico against Bayern Munich, which was... I love watching Atletico play. I don't care what anybody says about their style. I love their style.
What do they say about their style?
It was negative football.
But the scoreline's often positive.
Yeah.
Anyway, if everyone played football, like what's the ideal style? I don't even know what the ideal style is.
There isn't an ideal style. It's just...
The whole point is
right.
I don't want to see 100 Guardiola's Man City's playing.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be boring.
It would be pretty rubbish.
It's nice that when you have those...
Either that much as I hate Tony Pulis, you need him. You need him in there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I don't. But, you need the variety.
It's like magnets, right? If you have two positive ends going against each other, they're never going to touch.
They're picking off each other.
Yeah.
You get irritated.
But if you have positive and a minus.
What happens?
They get sucked together and it's great.
You should have said positive and negative, though.
Ah, whatever. Positive and minus.
A plus and a minus.
A plus and a minus. Anyway.
But yeah, they did. It was, I only saw some of it because they closed the kitchen at my work for an hour to fit a garbage disposal, so I only saw some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But effectively, it seemed to be exactly the same game as the semi-final last year.
Yeah.
They scored and then won 1-0.
But the way they shut you down, and then the way they counterattack is just so brilliant. It's breathtaking sometimes when they counterattack. With such pace and ferocity. And you better be on your toes if you're just going to hang on to the ball, because there's going to be a point where they just come at you and it's over. And that's how Carrasco got his goal today.
Yeah.
So it was wonderful. Griezmann, nice little touch, nice little layoff to Carrasco. Dribbles it probably 20 yards, left-footed shot, bang, off the bar, and in.
See you later.
Mm-hmm. It's wonderful. I like Carrasco.
I hope they go the extra step this year.
Mm-hmm.
Get the win.
Diego deserves it.
I think so. And he reduced his contract the other week, didn't he? So he's leaving the end of next season.
Yeah.
2018.
2018, yeah.
Back to Italy?
Yeah, Inter maybe.
Well, as one of his teams.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Lazio as well, but I can't see it.
Inter would be more fun. Turn them back around.
You haven't got confidence in Frank de Boer. Is that what you're saying? Not really.
No.
It's tough though. Like Inter's a tough one.
I think Diego's perfect for an
Italian football
side. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't go to Juventus, because that would just be boring.
Oh, that would be terrible. I like Allegri. I don't know why he'd ever leave.
Take the Italy job in 2018 when this guy gets punted.
Yeah, that could be
Ventura, what his name is.
Yeah. Also watched at work. I watched Celtic,
Man
City, and that was fun. I know you don't like Celtic, but that was Celtic actually looked really good.
So there's no point in defending. There's no need.
No. Celtic looked like Dembele looked awesome.
He's very good. I'm surprised that no one picked him up in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He was just at Fulham before.
Yeah.
And he always looked kind of... I think he was good.
He was everywhere. He was everywhere. He was awesome.
He's too good for the Scottish League.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get to the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Kolo Touré. He was awful.
well, yeah.
Chilling at home.
He plays for Celtic, yeah. Chilling at home. You should be marking... never mind. But I thought, fair play. They had a good go, and maybe they provided a bit of a blueprint for how teams with better defences...
It was a fun atmosphere at Celtic Park, that was for sure.
It always is. I mean, they always have... Even when they play big teams, they've got a very good home record. I mean, they beat Barcelona a couple of years ago, and they beat Man United a couple of years before that. They beat AC Milan when they were good, so they often...
They just don't stop singing there.
Yeah.
Which is really fun.
And that's why occasionally they have that game in the midweek, and then they have to play home to Ross County on the Saturday, and for some reason they draw 0-0. Yeah. What happened? It's just not the same for some reason. Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I mean, it's a stupid result for Man City.
Yeah.
Now they've got to go and beat Barcelona in probably one of the two games.
Yeah.
And they've still got to go to Mönchengladbach, and they looked much better at home by all accounts.
They looked really good. So the highlights I saw anyway, they looked good.
I haven't watched too much of it yet, but yeah, you'd expect that's their chances of finishing first scuppered unless they do something quite impressive.
I like Mönchengladbach. In the league, in the Bundesliga, they always are so roller coastery, but they always end up finishing
Fourth. Well, the last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's their manager Schubert, right?
Yeah.
Schubert. Mm-hmm. He just signed a new contract there. Yeah. But they've got Thorgan Hazard has been much better than his brother for the last year.
Mm-hmm. Old Fabian.
Oh, your chum.
Mm-hmm.
Was he playing today?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, of course he was. Why wouldn't he be?
I think he was. I don't know. I shouldn't say.
He was probably terrific if he was.
Yeah.
I know you were.
Pulisic.
I was going to say it's like
I had a Pulisic boner yesterday.
Having to tuck it into the waistband. I'm glad he's at Dortmund because
I've been told it's Pulisic actually. Doesn't have the accent over the C, so it's Pulisic.
I'll pronounce it how I want. I'm British, yeah?